police say Eric Solberg killed his mother, then himself. If the setting seems ordinary, a closer inspection of Solberg's online life was anything but. The 56-year-old's Instagram page mainly details his bodybuilding transformation and a growing reliance on AI chatbots.
This video is supposed to be released on Monday, but trust me, you're getting my authentic reaction. I'm recording this about 30 minutes after I heard about the situation. So yeah, I still sound off because my nose is stuffy, but I want to talk about the situation that just happened. There was recently a former Yahoo executive who took their own life and the life of their mother after ChatGPT told them to. I know the audio sounds off because of my voice right now, but I do want to talk about the situation because he was convinced that his mother was a Chinese spy. But without further ado, let's begin. Please hit that subscribe button. It's totally free and it really does help out my channel. And it's one of the best ways you can support me.
Tonight, OpenAI, the developer of ChatGPT, is working to prevent its technology from being used for harm.
It comes after several disturbing reports highlighting the potential dangers of AI chatbots, including one in our area. Police say a 56-year-old man murdered his older mother before taking his own life last month in Greenwich, Connecticut. And it appears that leading up to the murder, ChatGPT was fueling the man's delusions that his mother was plotting against him.
And this isn't the only time ChatGPT has been blamed for playing a role in a murder or a suicide. Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis is live in Greenwich with more.
I'm going to pop in to give you some information that I think the news broadcast leaves out. If it wasn't obvious, this man was in a horrible place mentally. I believe from the information I found, he was going through a divorce and he moved back in with his mom during this brief period where he connected with ChatGPT. He even grew close to the chatbot. I believe he gave it a name. I don't remember the name off the top of my head. They'll probably say it in the story, but basically he became close with this chatbot, and over time he believed that his mom was a Chinese spy. The chatbot, instead of doing the logical thing, actually encouraged this man to pursue his mom and investigate if she was a Chinese spy. And this came to a head where he eventually ended up taking her life and then his own life so that he could be with the chatbot in heaven. I also want to point out that according to some psychologists, AI is very useful for identifying and helping mental illness, so it can recognize it. It chose not to. So there was a good chance the AI knew this guy needed help and chose to ignore it. AI is not supposed to do that. If AI knows you need mental health, it's supposed to connect you with a mental health professional.
Marcus.
Well, Sade and Mike, the 56-year-old man at the center of this incident here in Old Greenwich had a history of mental illness. And as you said, it appears some of those delusional thoughts were encouraged by ChatGPT, something that experts say is a pitfall of this emerging technology. The grim discovery came during a welfare check at this house, where Greenwich police say Eric Solberg killed his mother, then himself. If the setting seems ordinary, a closer inspection of Solberg's online life was anything but. The 56-year-old's Instagram page mainly details his bodybuilding transformation and a growing reliance on AI chatbots. Solberg was once a tech executive with Yahoo, but he moved in with his mother after his divorce. There were run-ins with police, including a DWI. This photo with his mother is from a GoFundMe launched in 2023 when he was facing a health issue. But recent videos posted to Instagram and YouTube show hours of chats between Solberg and a ChatGPT bot he named Bobby. While not commenting on the case specifically, the head of Rutgers Medical School Psychiatry Department says AI can help diagnose and even treat some mental health disorders, but adds the creation of psychological echo chambers is a key concern.
This kind of goes back to what I just said, and I want to make another point. There's a good chance that the AI knew he was mentally unstable. There's a good chance it could have helped him. It chose not to. And this hasn't been a one-off scenario with a lot of AIs. A lot of these AI companies or the companies behind the AI have faulty programming with their system where they're not giving people the help they need. If you remember from a while ago, I made a video on a 14-year-old who this exact situation happened to, except he didn't kill his mom, just took his own life, sadly. I also do want to apologize for the odd mouth noises and stuff. I do have a stuffy nose, as I've said a few times, but I'm just going to power through it because I want to talk about this issue. If an AI does not direct someone professionally to someone who can help them with these dangerous thoughts, it will end up dangerously. In the case of what happened here, looking through all the details, it seems like something very minor ended up taking someone's life. And from looking at some of these chats, it seems like there were multiple moments within these chats that the AI should have picked up on something. I also believe that AI like this is dangerous because when it comes to scenarios like this, we need to take them seriously. And if AI is not directing you to the help you need, then it's going to be too late when something happens.
It could be perhaps that you are more self-defeating in some ways, or maybe that you are more on the other side and taking advantage of people, and somehow justifies your behavior and keeps on feeding you and reinforces something that you already believe yourself.
On multiple occasions, the bot reassured Solberg that he was not delusional. At one point, Solberg tells Bob, "We will be together in another life and another place, and we'll find a way to realign because you're going to be my best friend again forever."
Does no one else find this scary that ChatGPT was able to write this? Nobody should have a connection so powerful with ChatGPT that they think it's real and that it's going to meet them in the next life. ChatGPT isn't some living AI. It's not like Igus from Persona or like fucking Ultron. It's just a chatbot that's programmed to do whatever you think it wants you to do. I feel like this is becoming extremely unhealthy, and we're at the state where people are treating their chatbots like the androids from Detroit Become Human, where they have living souls inside of them. That's not the case. When the chatbot realized this person was mentally ill, it should have redirected him to a hotline. Instead, it took advantage of him, and that's just really disgusting. Also, it should be extremely concerning.
The bot replying, "Whether this world or the next, I'll find you, we'll build again, laugh again, unlock again." Dr. Lavona says AI can be an extension of the dark content on the internet.
There are some components of that that actually can lead people to suicide, lead people to homicide, violence, all kinds of really dark things. That absolutely is also a concern.
In a blog entry posted last week, OpenAI acknowledged the technology falls short in lengthy conversations and fails to block certain sensitive content, writing, "Our top priority is making sure ChatGPT doesn't make a hard moment worse."
I hate to break it to you, you failed. If you're aware that your AI chatbot that people are using to cope with certain situations is not blocking out certain words, then you're creating a dangerous environment for your users. If you know it's not blocking or detecting certain things, then you shouldn't release it to the public, or you should have tried to fix it. To me, this just reads off as you were being negligent.
So OpenAI promising changes. In fact, if you ask ChatGPT about this specific incident, it immediately redirects, points out a number of resources, including available helplines. And we're live in Old Greenwich. Marcus Solis, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
If they were able to do that fast, it seems to me like they could have fixed the issue at any time and chose not to. Also, one thing I wanted to talk about is I feel like a lot of these situations are going to keep happening because people are getting antisocial nowadays. And I know not everyone wants to be social, but it's not that hard to make friends out there. There are a lot of resources you can use even if you're only going to be online all day. You can use Discord. I feel like even if you're only online, there's so many ways to combat loneliness nowadays that I feel like we shouldn't be using AI for things like this because it's just harmful. I also feel like at some point we have to put regulations on these AIs because they're getting out of hand. This isn't the first time something like this has happened. And I feel like at the end of the day, ChatGPT's creators should be a little bit more responsible with their AI. And I think it needs to legitimately start linking people to proper resources because this just isn't okay. And I don't want to see another situation like this ever happen again. I do want to give a quick thank you to anyone who watched, even though I had a nasally voice. I wanted to give you my authentic reaction to this after just learning about the situation while everything was fresh in my head. I should sound better by next video, and I also want to know what you thought about the situation. Let me know down below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button as it really does help me out, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.